Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Touched by Faith, where we bring to you proofs that God is all powerful. I am Olufunke Owu, and it's a pleasure to have you join us today. The word of the Lord is quick and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword, and that is the exact word that is coming to us right now by our Father in the Lord, Pastor Enoch Adejare Adeboye, the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God.
Number 2, Jacob didn't steal, he bought his brother's blessings. And you need to pay attention to that because it's important. You see, in the olden days, there is what they call trade by barter. In those days, they didn't have currencies and don't have. So if you have potato, and I have a lamb, you want meat, I want potato. We exchange. You give me potato, I give you my lamb. This is called trade by barter. In Genesis 25, from verse 29 to 34, Genesis 25, 29 to 34, Esau said, I want food. Jacob said, I want the birthright of the firstborn. Is it okay by you? Esau said, no problem. He said, who cares about the birthright? Just give me food. So, this man didn't steal. He bought. And the word of God is clear on the issue of trade by barter. Luke chapter 6, verse 38. Luke 6, verse 38, he said, you give, you shall be given. Trade by barter. Proverbs chapter 11, 24 to 25. Proverbs 11, 24 to 25 says, there is he that scattereth and yet increaseth. He said, the liberal soul shall be made fat. You trade by barter. Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 3. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 3 says, if you load the cloud, finally it will give you back rain. John chapter 3 verse 16. John 3 verse 16 says, oh, God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him will not perish, but will have everlasting life. God had only one begotten Son. He wants many more children. So, trade by barter. He released his only begotten Son to the world, and today, according to Romans chapter 8, verse 29, Romans 8:29, the only begotten has become the firstborn of many brethren. So where is the trade by barter here? God said to this young man, I want to be your partner. I will be with you. I will prosper you. You will be great. What do you say, young man? The young man says, you offer me that? I promise you, everything you give to me, I will pay my tithe. I will be like my dad. Because I know from my dad that in Genesis chapter 14 from verse 17 to 20, Genesis 14 from verse 17 to 20, my dad paid tithe to the king of Salem. So when you hear people talking about tithe being the law, Moses wasn't born when Abraham gave tithe. He wasn't born when Jacob made a vow, I will pay my tithe.
Welcome back. I pray that the power of the Lord will begin to work wonders in your life, even as you have heard the word. For more messages by Pastor Enoch Adejare Adeboye and past episodes of Touched by Faith, you can get to watch it on any of our social media platforms. We are also on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, and Apple TV. Psalm 46 verse 1 says, "The Lord is our refuge and our strength, our ever-present help in trouble." 3 individuals were kidnapped, but all through their stay in the kidnappers' den, the Lord was with them. Even when they were supposed to be killed, the Lord showed up and saved them. I present to you these people that the Lord helped even while they were in trouble.
I am Deaconess Adebiyi Oyebimpe. I attend the RCCG Greater Works Assembly in Ibadan, Oyo State, under Success Assembly, Oyo Province 3. I'm a member of the choir unit. I'm also a member of the welcoming unit. I got born again when I was in secondary school, 1989, when I was in GS3. I was born to a Christian family, and because of that, I have so many Christian backgrounds, doctrines. But along the line, my friend was telling me that you still need to confess Jesus. I remember vividly we were in a classroom the day when I confessed Jesus as my Lord and Savior. And I thank God because since then, the Lord has been my strength.
I'm Pastor Ashedu Peter. I worship in Christ Apostolic Church, Nigeria. Before I knew Christ, I've been in the world a little bit. So by the time I come in contact with Christ, precisely that was 1992. Things changed drastically because before I met Christ, I happened to be one of the top guys in school and do so many sort of things. But when I come to Christ, it changed my life. You know, I come from the village. I'm from Delta State. So my first time I wanted to visit village after giving my life to Christ, I was praying, how will I be able to defend myself in the village with our guys there? And God gave me one verse then. I had to do Psalm 34 verse 8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is that man that trusts in him. So when I was in the village, anybody that come to me, because I was one of the people that used to pray, particularly when you are a first son, that the first son should not go to church so that you'll be able to inherit what your father is leaving behind. So when they come to me now, I say, I've tasted and see that it's good. Come and test with me. You also see that it's good. That nobody will put honey in his mouth and spit it out. So that was how the journey, and since then, God has been faithful. So many obstacles and challenges God has helped me to overcome until this moment.
I'm Mrs. Omolola Olabisi. I'm architect being placed senior sister. January 30, 2023 is a day that I can never forget. I'm an architect by profession, so I work outside my state. But on this particular day, I was to go and visit one of my sites that is along the Seyin-Okeo road. That was the very first time we were leaving very early. Normally when we go, we always sing hymns. So as we were going, we were singing. Immediately I came down from the car. There was a very strong hot wind that blew. I just said, God, Lord of Jesus, what kind of breeze is this? I just called the head bricklayer. I said, Baba, I won't be able to trek today. Please get a bike. And so they gave us 2 bikes. I went with the head bricklayer, while my partner, pastor, went with the other security officer.
We are being in the site. I myself, I did not even get any feeling that something is going to happen.
So I quickly conducted my own supervision. So I came back. He also came back.
We go to where the work is, see what the workers are doing, and after that we now come back to the area where we park our car, do meeting with them, ask questions. What is the problem? The person that's supposed to receive money will not pay them. Very much unlike us. That was the first day we leave that site as early as between 3 and 3:30. Because we were hungry. Like when we get to Senyi, we will not eat.
So we said bye-bye to all our workers, and on our way out, my bricklayer said we should pick one of his boys that is going back to Ibadan to meet his mother.
Within 2 to 3 minutes of drive, we just hear, bah! That was the first. Then mommy asked, what?
So immediately we picked the boy. We have not even drove up to 2 minutes that we heard a chicken. I said, Pastor, what sound is that?
I said, that is gunshot.
And I started hearing rumbles in the bush. Before we knew it, I said, Pastor, reverse. Immediately wanted to reverse. 4 gunmen came out. They just attacked us from the front. They were shooting. I said, what do we do now?
Let's move faster so that we get to the major road. As I don't put my leg to move, raise my head up, 4 people in the front, pointing us with gun. Put it to reverse, another 4 people at the back.
Pastor don't surrender. He came out of the car. So everybody, because they were shooting at the back, 4 at the back, 4 in front, 2 by I quickly roll up the glass. That was when I just saw the glass shattered and I hear a thing in my upper hand. I said, don't kill us, we are bricklayers, don't kill us, we are coming from the farm. So they now said we should come down, bend down. They started searching all our bags, all the money in the pockets. I said, don't kill us, just don't kill us. Whatever you want, please don't kill us.
I don't even know whether I put the car in park or anything. I just come down, lie down. I said, come down also. All of us come down. And I lie down. I wanted to crawl. But when I raised my head, she's even pointing gun at me. Now you continue to shout. Don't kill us. We are bricklayers. We are farmers. Don't kill us. We only come to work here. To live for our daily bread. They now ransack us, search us, whatever they find in our pocket, both in the car and our bag, everything. And take it for. They now say we should move. That's how the journey continues.
They said, okay, enter the car back. I quickly rushed in the car. I dropped my phone. So they said we should come down. They took the phone, everything they saw. They started packing all our bags in the car. They said, yeah, start filing. I even told the boy, I said the boy should run to go and call. That was when they wanted to shoot him. So they now said, all of us should start working in the bush. I said, God, to where I cannot trek. God, mercy. That was around past 3. 30th January.
That day, we trek to a place. Then now say we should sit down there. But I tie my hand back like this. Use another thing to cover my eyes, so I could not see. Whatever that is happening then, I don't know. So we stayed there like between that 3:30 to between 9 and 10. But now lose me and say we should continue to trek. Before then, this hand has swelled. Even up to death, I'm getting the feeling because this place, the blood is not flowing well. One of the wonderful things there started from that. Immediately they lose me, one of them come and say, who did you? I said, I don't know. So they will be arguing within themselves. When they tie my eyes, another person come and lose me. Who did you? I said, I don't know.
So as we were trekking along the bush, I was just speaking in tongues. When we get to a place, they just use empty bottles to take water from the stream. They gave me, I quickly drank it.
Now we started trekking. We trek, no water. We will not go to any stream. And that time is dry season. No, even some rivers have dried. Where the cow is drinking water, that is the place that we just take water. And if you even want to drink it, if you say, Oga, I want to drink water. The owner say, drink or don't drink. At times they will say we should drink. At times they will say we should not drink. We are the one who pack their igbo. Our bag is become their igbo store. We carry the water, we carry the bag, and they will not allow other adults to take from it. Throughout that night, I think we rested in 2 places. At times I will be praying within my heart, God, let them be tired so that they will allow us to rest.
So when they see people coming, they judge us. They say we should lie down flat. So they now took us behind a very giant mountain. So that's where we were, and we were seeing people passing. How they didn't see us, I don't know. So that was when they started searching all our purses, our bags, asking us questions. What are we doing here? Who are we? I told them we are architects. My office is in Ibadan. I only came here for what are we eat, for my daily need. They now said, if we cooperate, they will not kill us. But if we don't cooperate, they will kill us. I was just praying. That was when they picked the small boy. They now take him with a cutlass. They said they will kill him that. It is their culture to kill. I said, you cannot kill us. Please, we are not candidates of death. We are children of God. They said, yeah, Jesus cannot save me. Jesus will save us.
And that was the first time I would hear it since I accepted Jesus Christ that Jesus can bow. I never hear it. It sounds so strange that Jesus cannot save. And I continue to pray, to remind God that they say you cannot save me. Come and prove yourself.
So that's why they interviewed the boy. Are we the owner of the farm? He said no, that we are just his boss stand. We are just doing the perimeter fence. So we were there for more than 6 hours. They tied pastor they tied his eyes and his hand, and they started beating him with every sticks.
This head, I don't know that it will not break. But it is Holy Spirit that was receiving all the beating. Because ordinarily, this head is supposed to break. With the type of stick and gun, using it to hit the head. Once I will press the head. What happened? I cannot say anything again. When they have beaten me finish now, you are the one that caused this thing. They have given us yam instead of us to sleep. If you say we want to call, look at what happened now.
Around 10 p.m., when everywhere was dark, they now said, oh yeah, start walking again. That's when we start walking. They'll be beating on me. I cannot walk fast. So most time they drag me or they use the cane to scare me so that I can run. So when we get to a place again, we lie down. We stayed about twice before we now cross. We enter the third road along the Okeo road. So from there we proceeded to the other side. We were trekking. We got to a church. It's I think maybe a Redeemed church. They said, Mama, she want to gbadura nbe. I said, I'm praying as we are going. So they now hide us under a cashew tree. Around 4:30, we started walking again. So we got to a place around when the light started appearing. They now said that's where we'll be. And they will give us phone to call our families.
The first day, we were able to escape through. During the day, I was even thinking that during the day, the trekking will be more than any other thing. But we don't know. During the day, they now put us in the under a bush. We lie down there.
They didn't allow us to call. I was saying, please. They said until we tell them how much we are giving them. I said we can only afford 2 million. We have nobody. They slapped me. 2 million for what? They said it is 100 million. I said, Oga, we cannot see that money. We are not rich. We are looking for what we eat. At the end of the day, they said it's 30 million they will collect as ransom. 10 million. So suddenly we just had gunshots and they came to meet us. Are you going to pay 30 million? Pastor said we will pay. I said we cannot see the money. Not thinking that they have killed someone. And you know, they told us that they must just kill somebody. That's their tradition. I said you cannot kill us. We are children of God. You cannot kill us.
Or to the thing they are going to kill. They must drink blood. They want to drink blood. We are just confessing it is not our blood you will drink. Until one man that comes there was burning bush, they now shot him. It was when I heard about the gunshot, they said we should move. That we should even step on that man before we cross. When we now go, leave that area, all the farmers that we meet during that, I think that was one of the reasons that don't go during the day. All the people that in their farm that day, them adopt them with us. And all of us started trekking inside the bush. And they beat those people mercilessly. When it was around 12 in the midnight, they now released them that they should go. It was after when they have released them, they now come back to us say, will you pay 30 million? I said we pay. Because I've seen what the person that have killed, there's no any other thing down. We are going to cooperate with you so that God will do his work. You will pay 30 million. It was after agreeing that they're going to pay 30 million, they now allowed us to come.
That man was a farmer. He was trying to burn the bush. And that place where they hide us is where they always come to check whether the animal that's, you know, when they are burning bushes around, is like a circle. So they expect the animal to come to that place. So immediately he entered that cave. That's why they caught him. And they told him to sit, but he was so adamant, they shot him. So immediately they shot him. Just about 2 hours later, we started hearing some people calling, maybe we don't know whether they are this red uniformed Amotekun. So they now say, run. We ran, we jumped into a stream, we started climbing, we started running. We met some farmers, they adopted them with us. Then we now started running. I was just saying, God mercy. Then they took us to a high place. So that was where we were.
They say you should call. I said I don't even have anybody to call. If you did not call anybody, and if it is only mommy that is calling, if you are in Lisa, they will kill you. I said, you will not kill me. Then I started calling. When we call, how much did you have? They say 2 million, beat it. How much do you have? When they still call again, how much do you have? 3 million, beat it.
When it was 2 a.m., they now brought out the phone. They now said, we have chance to just call 2 people. Just 2 people that will bring the money. That was why we started calling our family, and our family started calling us. But we thank God because God led me to call one of my old friends, and God really used the man for us. He was able to persuade them. He was able to calm them down. He was able to pacify them that money is coming. They should not worry that they will bring the money. I thank God because everybody they called, everybody they are calling them constantly cooperated, because at the time some of the people they called, they started cursing them, and immediately they heard that they are cursing them, we are the people they are beating. So I just said they should not call anybody again, that it is just that person that will be our contact person. So when they now started calling my family, all of them cooperated. They said they are already raising funds. When I called my sister, she said our Ghana must go that she's using to raise money is almost free. We called our daughters. I told them go and sell our cars. They told them that they have sold the car, that the money, they were just giving them hope. On the 31st of January this year, I heard that she was kidnapped. My sibling, the last girl to my family rather, called me to inform me that she was kidnapped. When I heard the news, it was a bomb. It was actually in the morning of that day. I was indisposed. I didn't go to the office. I shouted. I was crying. I was shouting on top of my voice. I was going to the toilet severally. Throughout that day, I didn't sleep. I had to be calling people, my sister in America. I called a lot of our family members. I didn't call my father because he's already aged. So I didn't want to complicate his health. 5 a.m. the following morning, I had to go to church. I went to my pastor, I told him. So they had to call emergency meeting, prayer warrior. We started praying. So it was in the evening when we were praying again. They now declared 3 days prayer for the church members in the evening. During the prayer that I said, okay, let me people try and lie. It went through the office. The second, I kept trying. Later they picked it. And he said, then I told him that I'm the elder sister. He now said, if I really want to meet her alive, we're going to pay 30 million. And it was during the scarcity of this naira, this thing, scarcity, around January ending to February 1st. And I said, okay, we'll pay. So I now called all my sisters, brothers. I started calling everybody. So in short, we started praying. We started making contact to everyone. Last time they called me, they asked me and I told them that we were bringing money with a Ghana must go. Then I asked them that they should not beat them. They should please. We started pleading. We pleaded. We prayed. We really thank God that at last they released them. At last, all the prayers that everybody prayed for us were answered. And we give glory to the Almighty God.
A line from a popular song says, miracles no dey tire Jesus, which simply means Jesus can never be tired of doing wonders. He saved the 3 Hebrew men from the fiery furnace, and he also saved these 3 people from the kidnappers then. What is that problem that you think God cannot fix? To him, it's just a walk in the park. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Touched by Faith. I am still Olufunke Owu, and until we come your way again, stay blessed.
I've seen and my ears have heard of the favor and the blessing of the Lord upon my life, Papa, you too.
Redeemer's Network Television.